Alright, in this video, I want to talk about living and dying today. And the point of it is thinking about just today and even the moment you're in. That this is your life. And that's it. Right now is your life. Today is your life. That's it. And this is to help you to focus, to realize how powerless you really are, and to just rely on God and let go of yesterday, the past, where it's not yesterday anymore, right? You can think about yesterday, learn from yesterday, but you shouldn't go stay in yesterday because it's today, right? You're in today. Today is not yesterday. And the future, you don't even know what's out there. You can speculate and imagine, but God's already in the future. He's already paving the way. You just focus on today and work on paying attention to God today, walking with God today, and He will prepare you for tomorrow if you have a tomorrow. And that's why I want to talk about living and dying today, where today should be your life. And that's it. Today you walk with God. At the end of the day, you go to bed, God willing. It's like you're laying down, go to sleep to die. You don't know if you'll wake up. Granted, you're probably going to wake up tomorrow. If you're young, you're in good health. But this is more of a spiritual practice to think about. That's what your life is built on, right? Building blocks of the day. And the day is built upon the moments. So if you're in a moment like right now, but you're busy thinking about yesterday, you're thinking about worries of the future, you're not really here and you're not really doing what you got to do now to learn from yesterday and to prepare for tomorrow if you're not just focused on today, right? Worry about today and that's it. Put everything else in God's hands. Matter of fact, even when it comes to today, you can't really worry about the future. If you have some appointment you got to get to, if somebody's going to be able to show up or whatever, all these things you may be worrying about getting a certain amount of money and all this. Well, right now, how is everything right now? Everything's fine. All right, well, God's already in the future. Whatever happens is going to be His will. So whether it looks good or bad to you, know that it's His will and it's for His glory. And usually what glorifies Him is something better than what you wanted anyway. And you just got to trust in that and be patient with it. Where you want something going on right now that's beneficial to you, but you lose that. And then you think, well, what's going to happen? Well, maybe God doesn't want you to have that now, but in a week, in a month, or a year, all of a sudden, something even better is just plops into your lap, right? But if you got what you wanted today, it wouldn't have happened. It wouldn't have worked out, right? So we just got to worry about right now. And that's why I'll say in the video when I ask for you to help and support that things are good right now, right? I got nothing to worry about right now, today, right? But you can help make tomorrow better by helping out today, right? Because right now is all we really got to worry about. And we got to look at that as a blessing, right? It's actually kind of relaxing, where you get to realize Jesus' burden is truly light and His yoke is easy, where we yoke up with Him. So we're walking with Him side by side, right? And we don't have to carry a lot because He basically carries everything. We're just kind of going along with Him, and it's as if He's basically carrying us as well, pretty much, right? He likes to let us think that we're doing something, but basically all we're doing is motivating him to do what he's doing because he loves us. And if we're walking with him, he'll take care of everything because he loves us and we're his motivation. But if you're not going to walk with him, you're going to stay in yesterday, or you're going to run off in tomorrow, or be distracted by something else, well then, he's just going to sit there. He's not going to be taking care of everything. You got to walk with him today, in this moment. And I know every moment you can't be focused on God. Sometimes something blows up in your face, and your first instance is, your first thought, I should say, is you got to put this fire out, right? But when you get your senses coming back to you, they should be drawn to God. Matter of fact, with these things that just pop up, you should work on habits to train yourself to automatically think to God, like, okay, this is your plan, so why is this going on? What do we do now? Right? Like, let's say you go for a job and you really think you're going to get the job. You go for the interview and it turns out they say, no, we like you, but we're actually going to go with somebody else. And then you may be like, well, what am I going to do now? You start worrying about that, thinking about, oh, what's going to happen? Where you train yourself to think something like, all right, Jesus, what's your plan? I mean, I can't control this. This is obviously what you wanted, or else it wouldn't happen. So I'm not going to worry about it. You did this. So what's next? I mean, what do you have planned since I'm not going to be here? Right? Because sometimes these things happen to teach you to sacrifice yourself by sacrificing your plans. Sometimes God will help fulfill your plans. But a lot of times we're too focused on ourselves and what we want. And God will require us to sacrifice our plans to then build our belief and trust in Him, in His love for us, and in His plans. So I just wanted to make this quick video to talk about focusing on today. Live and die today. Today is your life. Because you don't know if you're going to have it tomorrow. Matter of fact, live and die in this moment. Because you can have an aneurysm right now. God willing, none of us do. But you never know, some weird thing happened to you right now. And you're dead. You don't have a next moment. Do you really want to spend this moment lost in the past, worrying about the future, distracted by something mindless? I understand now and then, you gotta think about the future. You gotta think about the past. It's nice to just unwind and get distracted by something for a little bit. But you spend too much into that becomes your life, right? And just something to think about, and something to help you also get through the day when it comes to something like sin and temptation. Because let's say you smoke, you drink, you're a porn addict, whatever, right? Those are some three things a lot of people talk about when it comes to some big obvious sins that a lot of people seem to struggle with. We'll use those three there. Well, if you're focused on today, you can gather some strength, right? Where you say, I just have to not smoke today. And that might start to seem a bit tough. So you say, well, I'm just not going to smoke this hour. From here to the next hour, I won't smoke. Or if you need to, all I got to do is right now. If I don't smoke right now, I'm good. I don't got to worry about later today or tomorrow. As long as I don't smoke right now, I'm good. And just focus on right now. All I got to do is not smoke right now. Right? All I got to do is not drink right now, and I'm good. But the thing is, it's always right now. So then when it's 3 hours later, you tell yourself the same thing. All I got to do is not smoke right now. As long as I'm not smoking right now, as long as I'm not drinking right now, as long as I'm not watching that right now, I'm doing good. Right? All I got to do is not do it right now. So you just focused on one little moment. But the thing is that it's always right now. It's always today. Right? You're always in today. You're never truly in yesterday. You're never truly in tomorrow. You're always just today. Right? So all I got to do is not do it today. And that helps. But your focus shouldn't be on that, right? That's just something to help. Like, ultimately, what helps you overcome these things is you start talking to God. You're like, Jesus, I really could go for a smoke. I'm really tempted to type in this web address that I shouldn't put in here, right? Whatever it is that's going on, you talking about and I really have a strong urge to do it, and I want to do it just so I don't have to feel this urge to do it anymore. Are you being honest with him? Let it all out to him, and you start talking to him. And they call him the Great Counselor, and all of a sudden, things start to melt away, where the desire starts to subside. You talk to him, and you talk about however you're feeling about it. Like, why am I feeling like this? How am I supposed to control this? Or what am I supposed to do with this? Right? You just pour out your heart, whatever's going through your thoughts, through your feelings. Let it out to him, even if it's in your head, because let's say you're at work, you're at school, you're on a job or something, right? But if you're able to, you're sitting there at home doing a hobby, working out or something. You can talk out loud if you feel like doing that. Pour it out to God. Help me out, right? Because to get this under control, I keep falling into it, and then next thing you know, when as you're talking to him about that, all of a sudden you're talking to him about other stuff, and all of a sudden it's not a temptation anymore because your mind's more focused on God and talking to him. Even if you're talking to him about some, I don't know, project you're working on, some recipe or something, next thing you know, you're talking to him about these things, and you're not tempted anymore, right? Because you resist the devil and he flees from you, right? And you start to build this strength and this habit of talking to God. And when these temptations rise up, you start to build up a tolerance to withstand it, and also a habit of talking to God about it that counters it. But it's all about just like focusing on today, focusing on the moment, not getting stressed out about everything else that you can't control, right? You messed up on something yesterday or in the morning, well, there's nothing you can do about that, right? How about right now? What can you do right now, right? Well, the future, this may happen, that may happen. Yeah, but it might not, right? So why are you worrying about something that's just imagination, right? Why are you dwelling on shoulda, coulda, wouldas? It doesn't change the past, right? So just making the video, trying to help you out, because these are things that help me out. So that being said, thanks for watching. Take care. And if you can, support the channel with your prayers. I know you can pray. You can take a moment to say, God, please keep this channel going. Right, that's all you got to do. Ask him. In Jesus' name, help this going. Keep going. I mean, that just takes a second, right? You can give a thumbs up, subscribe, hit the bell icon, interact with the comments section, share the video. That helps out a lot. And if you want and you're able to, there's, I think, 4 ways you can financially support in the info box below. So you can do those if you want, if you feel the need to. But with all that being said, thanks again for watching. Take care and stay tuned for the next one.